And welcome, our fellow lovers of love, to another episode of Late Night Love. I'm Jazz, she's Lovey, and in this episode, we dive deep into the twists and turns of life, love, and relationships. Tonight, we got a packed full show. I guess it is a packed full show. It just doesn't.
There you go.
It just doesn't run off the tongue, does it? It just is not running off. We've got a full show here tonight, Lovey. With questions from real people and real situations. So in our life segment, we've got dilemmas like what to do when Amazon doubles your order, and the real deal, or my perspective, our perspective on electric vehicles, and we also navigating a number of tricky work situations. In our love segment, we tackle in family dynamics from aging parents and grandkids moving in, which is happening more and more, to parenting hacks for meltdowns and bedtimes. Finally, in relationships, we explore the highs and lows of romance, including cheating, hitting chats, and even some spicy advice on flirting and intimacy. So grab your favorite late night snack, settle in, and we will have a nice, calm chat. Yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. That's what I'm going to go with. But before we get to all that, please remember you can send your questions, comments, suggestions to love@latenightLove.us, or you can just go to latenightLove.us and fill out the contact form on the website and, all that fun stuff. We can do all that. You can find us. Please don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, share, all that fun, goofy stuff that we never remember to do that I just remembered to do. All right, so it's been a couple weeks since we've actually sat down.
Yes, I was on vacation.
Yeah. So, and I've been insanely busy. So hopefully we're settling back into some more of our routine.
Well, now that summer traveling, we have one trip to make yet. It's not really summer, though.
One trip to make.
Yeah, we go up to Oregon for the Christmas toy run. In what, early October or something like that?
Something like that. And I've got, me and the kids bought that splunking of land, so we're going to have to make a trip up there one of these days. Just
yeah.
Right, literally, just to stomp on the ground and walk around it. before winter hits and it's under snow. So it's at 6,000 feet, so it's just above the snow line.
Ooh.
So we shall see how that goes. We'll figure that one out. So, all right. So we're going to, with our life segment, where we tackle those everyday puzzles that keep us up at night, from ethical shopping mishaps to career crossroads and rediscovering your drive. We've got questions like, do you send back that extra Amazon item? Is an EV worth a switch? Or just trading one bill for another? Should you spill the beans to a coworker about quitting? How do you bounce back when colleagues aren't friends? Tips for reigniting your motivation, holding off on quitting urges. I think I edited some of these questions out. So.
Okay.
All right. But that's it. We've got, stick around and we can answer those questions and maybe a couple more. Yeah. All right. So where are we starting today, Lovey?
Okay. If Amazon accidentally sends you 2 of what you ordered, do you have to send one back? Notice it says have to.
Well, this is an interesting question because sometimes Amazon will just tell you to keep it.
They will.
It costs them more to get it back than it's worth, so they tell you to keep it.
But I feel the initial contact should be made to make them aware of the problem.
Well, I had one where I ordered something from Amazon. It got late or delayed, so then they sent me the thing in return, but it was wrong thing. So how do you send the wrong thing back to Amazon? Then they sent me 2 of the right thing. It got all screwed up. And eventually I just took it to the Amazon return thing, and I said, I know there's only one thing, but they sent me this and an extra this and this. I don't even know what this is. So I just let the person at the return thing deal with it. I don't know what else to do. It wasn't something I was ever going to use. It was something goofy. Like, what the heck am I going to do? 500, whatever it was. It was, the box is about the same size, but much, much lighter.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, but I'm never going to use these things. What am I going to do with it? Even if they did said keep it, well, I'm just going to throw them away or
No.
I don't want
Take
them.
it back.
I don't want them.
Stop doing this to me.
So the thing is to try to always do the right thing. You try to return
Yes.
it. If it's a small item, they're not going to want it back, but you try to return it. And they can make it difficult trying to do the right thing.
They can?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, because there's no one you can just call and say, hey, this is a goofy situation. They sent me a replacement for an item that did eventually show up a week later. So now I've got two of the things I ordered and one of the things I don't. And I only needed one thing, which is what I ordered, which I have now two of, plus this other thing that I'm never going to use. What do I do?
They don't have that, huh?
There's no options for that in the drop-down menus. And
Other.
they don't have that. All right, so what do we have next?
Why would I buy an electric vehicle when most only average 250 miles per charge? If you charge every night or every few nights, aren't you just exchanging your high gas bill for a possibly higher monthly electric bill? Can our grid system handle it all?
Actually, the last question is actually the best question. If everybody switched to electric cars essentially overnight, our grid system would collapse.
Ooh.
And there's simply not enough copper to handle all the electricity needs if that were to happen. So it's just from a physical aspect, the grid system couldn't handle it all. But on an individual, from an individual question, it's an individual question. If all you do is drive around the city and you never go more than 100 miles in, say, a day, let alone 2 or 3, then an electric car is a perfectly reasonable option for you.
Mm-hmm.
But if on occasion you need to drive 500 miles in a day, well, then a hybrid or a car with a good gas mileage or big tanks, depending upon your individual needs, right? If you're towing something, electric cars aren't good for that yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. But in terms of, I mean, they're right. They say that, an electric car can do 90% of your uses. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we need 100% of our uses done. Now, maybe for you, it's 99% of your uses, and that 1% you can work around because it only comes up maybe once a year. Maybe once every 2 or 3 years when you need to move a new bed or, buy a new dresser or something. You're just going to have to go rent a U-Haul like other people do, that type of thing, Mm-hmm. Or you want to take a long trip, and so you just go rent a car.
Yeah.
That type of thing. But so it really depends. Sit down and understand how you use it. Now, in terms of your electric bill, if you're not driving very much, you're not actually charging very much. And electricity, excluding California, most electricity rates are relatively inexpensive, and you're going to get a better deal. The more you drive, the more it's going to cost. And there may come a time in some places where it becomes even.
Okay.
The real question about electric vehicles is the cost of repair. And it's not necessarily that they break any more often, but when you have a minor accident or any of these things, there's all kinds of repairs that need to get happened. And a lot of these times they get written off in what would be, in, say, my car, a minor repair. It might cost. The other day we were in the freeway sitting in a stopped traffic, and an electric car got rear-ended. Despite the fact that it wasn't the truck was probably not visibly damaged all that much because of all the sensors and cameras and stuff. It's going to be a $40,000-$50,000 repair job. They're just going to have to get a new truck. And the truck wasn't even the one that was badly damaged. The badly damaged car was the car that hit him somehow. Still not sure how that happened.
I'm not sure either.
We're all stopped. But literally, the whole traffic freeway is how not much attention. Were you paying? What the heck happened? Yeah. How are you going fast enough to hit somebody that hard? I'm not sure. Because it's not like it had just stopped. Traffic had been stopped for a while. It was strange. But so it's it's your individual usage. Whether I personally like or want an electric car is not relevant. It's, if you just use your car to go to the grocery store, if you're little old grandma, an electric car, even one that doesn't even need 250 miles, right? She's going to church and the store and on occasion to doctor's appointments. She's not driving across the country in it.
Yeah.
And so a 100-mile range gets to plug in at home is perfectly fine. She can trickle charge it because she's not going anywhere for 2 days. It doesn't matter how long it takes to charge. But if you're a working single mom and you're essentially always driving around, you can't afford to wait the 45 minutes to fully charge your car again because you don't have the time.
No, you don't.
And okay, maybe at the end of the day, but the cars that have enough battery pack, they're probably out of your price range, and so it's just more of a thing. You can get a Prius if you're or something equivalent. You'd be better off with a hybrid.
Yeah, a hybrid. I think so.
Yeah, something like that. But a real hybrid, like a Prius, not all the other hybrids have too many problems. Get just something that's been around for a long time. Yeah. Priuses are really the only hybrids that know what they're doing.
Oh, wow.
Okay. What do we got next?
Do I tell my coworker that I'm quitting?
Well, you can, but you don't have to. There's no real reason to or not to. It kind of depends on your personal relationship with your coworker. It's really none of his business. But
he's afraid that he should know because things are gonna get dumped on him.
It's not your problem. You're quitting. It's gonna happen anyway. So whether he knows about it or not, it's up to you. It's probably on the personal relationship you have with that person. But you're under no moral obligation to do it.
No.
I mean, you can choose to. Or not, Maybe you'll let the cat out of the bag before you're ready. He goes to boss, hey, dude, did you know Bob is thinking about quitting? You may not be quite ready for that.
Yeah.
So you're not in any obligation, and it may have unintended consequences. So, there's your coworkers, as we will ask here in this next one. All right, so what's the next question?
Just learned that colleagues aren't friends. How did you find that out?
Because Bob left without saying anything. That's how you know. He has more important things than you to worry about, right? It's his career, his next job, his family, his mental health. It's nice when you find them, but the reality is your coworkers are coworkers. Mm-hmm. They're not friends.
Yeah.
Those are different things. Thank God you spend enough time with them.
Yeah.
What do you need more?
Oh.
Jesus, criminy. So, but how did you, I don't know. I've always known that. I don't know. Maybe it was working in a family restaurant when you're young. You just kind of learn it at some point and you don't even realize you learn it.
You just watch. Well, you watch. You see a lot.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, your boss is not your family. It can feel like it. It can be great, but understand that when push comes to shove, you're a number.
You are.
And that's the nature of the relationship. It's not good. It's not bad. It's not evil. It's not anything. It just is. They can't give you what they don't have. You know, if there's no work to do, there's no work to do, and you know, companies can only pay people so long to sit around and do nothing. Now, there are companies that will do that. Say, all right, there's nothing to do. We have 2 months where we have essentially nothing to do, but we're so profitable in those other 10 months that we can pay them to hang around and we'll, I don't know, clean cobwebs or something. We'll find stuff to do for 8 hours a day. You know, you encourage everybody to take vacations during those the slow periods of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of things you can do to work around that rather than have people coming on and off seasonally. But that's exceedingly rare and it's not expected. Don't expect it. And the minute they're not profitable enough in the other 10 months, that relationship will change. And conditions may have nothing to do with anything. It's, you know, the beans you've been making are no longer worth as much. So you're simply not, you know.
Yes.
Market
Not
is
making the
market
product.
is what the market is. You know, you sometimes there's not, you didn't do anything wrong. The business didn't do anything wrong. It's the taste of the public changed.
Yes.
Yeah. So, okay. What's next?
Okay. Anyone have advice for getting drive again?
Well, really, the only way to get drive is to start doing things for yourself, for you. Tie it to you for some way. And maybe the drive in your work is so you have enough money to go do something that you actually want to do. Maybe you don't want to go to work every day, but you need that money so you can go do the thing you actually want to do.
Okay.
I want to learn how to skydive. I can't skydive unless I go slug away at this stupid job that that I have to go to every day. So on occasion, I can go learn to skydive. Or I have to go work extra hours so I can put money away so I can quit this job and start the business that I've always been wanting to.
A lot of people get motivated by travel.
Well, there's a lot of people who are motivated so I can have a nice retirement. You know, yeah, I'll slug away at jobs. A lot of people who work in the trades, they do it. They make a lot of money. They work those 6-7 day weeks for 25 years, so they don't have to do it anymore when they're done. And those are the people who get to go travel. They got the rigs and everything. They saved all their money. They invested it, and now they're getting to go enjoy their. You know, they don't have to go dig up sewer lines anymore because I've retired. And the reason they get that paid that much money is because who wants to dig up sewer lines? Nobody does. Because nobody does, the handful of people who are willing to do it
Get paid the bucks.
get paid a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just how the world works. So if you want to do something, earn money in a relatively short period of time, find stuff no one else is willing to do. That still needs to be done. Yeah. Work in sewage. Seriously. Go work for your local sewer department. You don't even have to work directly with sewer, but people here like the sewer department. I don't want to work for the sewer department. You're working in the office. No one's asking you to go stir the soup out there. You're working in the office. You know, you answer the telephone and you tell them when people are reporting a problem, you put it into the system and the guys go out and fix it. You're not the one who has to fix it, you know. But it's the sewer department. Yeah, it's a nice, steady job because everybody needs the sewer department.
It's not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere. All right, what's next?
How do you hold back the urge to just quit? Just walk out.
How do you hold back the urge? That's assuming you want to hold back the urge. And then, of course, if you're wanting to hold back the urge, then you know right there how you hold back the urge. Because you want to, you need to. For some reason, you need to hold back the urge. Whether it's you hungry tonight and, you know, the roof over my head leaks, but at least it's a roof. You know, I got child support payments, whatever it is, the reason you have to keep showing up every day is the reason you keep showing up every day. Now, if you have a routine urge to quit, everybody has an urge on occasion just to say, I'll take this job and shove it. I'm out of here. Even people who have good jobs and jobs they like, right? Every now and again, you just get, oh, the heck with this place. You can take everything and stick it where I'll never see it again. Everybody feels like that. That's not a problem, you know. If you routinely feel like that, look for something else. That's the solution to that one. The solution isn't to, suffer through it. The solution is to develop a plan out of it. Even if that plan means you have to take a short-term small pay cut to work somewhere else so you can work back up. It's better for your mental health and better for your long-term growth if you get out of a bad situation as soon as you can. Not that it's stressful right now because there's a lot of things going on. You know, your coworker's out sick with some, serious health issue, and there's not really enough money to bring in a temporary replacement. And how fair is that to a temporary replacement anyway? And, you're dealing with all that. That's just stress, and that happens to everybody on occasion, right? That's part of being a responsible human being, a responsible adult. But routinely feeling like you want to go, want to take the baseball bat to the printer or something, go office space on your job. You should probably find a new job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just an idea.
Just an idea. Okay.
What's something you do that feels like cheating but actually makes you work better?
I use AI to write emails. Well, to revise emails, technically. I'd splot down an email, verbal vomit in an email, and paste it into an AI, say revise for email. It writes me up an email. I take out the obvious AI junk and send the email. There's a handful of things that just tell me that someone has revised your email. And it's fine, but I just take that out. And oftentimes it tries to be overly nice.
Yeah.
Take that crap out too. I'm blunt to the point, right? I'm not going to add that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So you make it your own.
Yeah. But I leave the main meat pretty much as it writes it.
Okay.
But I take out the top goofy stuff, the intro. Hope this finds you well. Why I would never say that at the beginning of the email. I may, if I actually have a relationship with the person, say like that's something at the end of the email. But I get to the point and I leave it. Now, if I know the person or have had a relationship with the person, hey, hope everything's good. Talk to you soon. Blah, blah, blah. But if I don't, I don't even give a regards or a warmly. I just boom, my name. I am. That's it. I ain't here to make you feel good. I'm here to get some information out of you. And anything excess is excess. Get it back. I don't want it in return. So just give me what I need.
So you're just not out there trying to make friends?
I don't need to try to make friends. People like me naturally. So why do I need to try? Somehow this works. It works for me anyway. I think people like the clarity. They don't have to sift through anything that they know is just fluff. It's just Here's what I need. It's made me a better communicator. So that's what feels like cheating. It does feel like cheating.
And only because it's a new tool.
Yeah.
It's new. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and emails can take me personally can take a while to write to get them correct, and it's shortened that by a long time. So it does feel like cheating. It feels like I'm taking a shortcut when the reality is I'm just using a modern tool. So, okay.
My HR manager asked me to resign. When I refused, he handed me a termination letter, severance check, and a relieving letter. Clearly, not all is right. What can I do?
Nothing. You take
Nothing.
You take your check and your letter, and you go get another job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pat yourself on the back for not resigning, because then you wouldn't have gotten a check.
Yeah.
Kind of a dick move to do that.
That they were trying to get you to not do that.
Yeah.
Not take the severance check.
Now, maybe you may have depending upon circumstances and whatnot, maybe there's an unemployment claim to or not to be had. But, don't be unemployed long enough. Yeah. Not all is right. Maybe
not.
Maybe they eliminated your position. Maybe they found you surfing on places that you weren't supposed to be surfing on the internet, and rather than deal with it, just get rid of them. Maybe you're not as good at your job as you think. So, who knows? Or maybe a big client doesn't like you, and now you're out of there because the big client you used to service no longer likes you. And without that client, you no longer have a job. You can become that dependent, especially if you're a salesman.
Very much so. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I accepted a job offer, but then I received a much better one 2 weeks later. What is the right thing to do?
Well, the right thing to do for yourself is to take the much better job offer. What, you think they're not going to last hired, first fired, right? If their economics changed in a month, do you think they're going to wait and have any second thought of, laying him off? Of course not. Happens all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even successful companies will bring someone across the country, have them move in, and 3 months later, you're laid off. Your position's been terminated. You're laid off. It happens all the time.
It does.
So, no, the right thing to do is take care of yourself. So, that is it. So that's a wrap on our life segment full of tough decisions that shape our days. Remember, life is about balance, ethics, and sometimes a little bit of rebellion. If you've got your own life hacks or horror stories, hit up us on socials. We'll shift to our love segment next. Have a good night, and please remember to love everybody.